Welcome back to the NDS. We are here at Kansas for race 30. Quick look down qualifying. Everybody lined up, ready to go. We are ready for one good race. Misty Viper on pole today. Pace car in. We are green flag to kick off the Jiffy Lube 400. Here we go. Good launch for the 31. Just getting on out there. You want to lead the lap too because the guys you're battling are behind you. RS Fast and 11 and that one racer both with pretty decent amounts of speed. Going to the 3, RS going to try and battle it. Leading the first lap, important here as they go side by side. It's going to be the 31 leads that lap. He gets the bonus point that time. The 23 to the lead is going to have to lead the next lap to get his bonus point for leading a lap. The 1 falling a bit back. Logan on the outside for third. Looks like he's going to get it. Frosty to Otter and Zent side by side for a spot in the top 5. As RS Fast and 11 leads the lap this time. So even on points between the top 2 right now. And they're both going to go hard for it. Misty Viper fighting back. Gets a spot. Battle for third behind. As they're both going side by side. RS actually holding serve on the outside. A very good corner for the 23. As Toad Warrior also a hard charging, needing points and possibly a win. The 60 coming strong. All the way up to third. This time might actually, no, not going to help the 31. Just going to try to take the corner. Well, it's going to go right on by, but not sure about that one. The 8 still there. Ben McDonald back at 6. Whoa, they're battling the 42. Getting it there. Now the 31 is going to strike low while the iron is pretty hot. Toad Warrior not able to complete his run. He's stuck behind the 23 now. Look at further back. More playoff drivers here. Pretty much a lot of them are all creeping to the front, except Racer falling back a lot. 71, the 33, 84, drivers that need good runs. Well, not the 33, he already won. And further back, the 66 in pretty dire straits, trying to race around Gamma and Wolf Van Halen, who had a decently good qualifying for some reason. RS Fast and 11 back down to third, this time back in line with Logan. Ben has been good. I'd like to say he's been good. And honestly, it kind of disappointing he didn't get Watkins Glen, but he's looking to right the wrongs of the past here, as he's got himself a good piece. Getting all spaced out here. Logan on an upper line. Jake's got a good run. Just a lot of drivers good on points. Up here, I'd say there's some drivers that had a particularly bad day that couldn't really afford to have one, while Misty Viper trying to assert himself in the round of 8. Here comes Toad Warrior. The 60 fighting right along the low line is going to get the spot. Toad Warrior out front. Honestly, if you're someone like Misty Viper, you're trying to lead some laps to get most laps led. That's a bonus because you're trying to crunch every point that counts. You're racing the 23. That's all that matters. As Ben makes a bold move to the bottom. Look at him. the bravery of these drivers cannot be overstated. Like, they are putting everything that they have for this season on the line for the race here. It's now Jake joining the low side push. That's what's going to come around, get these guys good exit momentum. RS Fast and 11 falling to 7th. And when it's 2 points per position inside the top 10, it's extra crunch. Like, 2nd to 7th may not seem like a lot, but that is 10 points left on the table that you do not want to leave. Ben is driving like it's all or nothing. He could easily point his way in, but the audacity of this 16 has been amazing to see so far. We're going to just go through the ticker here to see any. Oh, the 66 team, the 1 also not having a good day as well. The 84 is a little bit back there. Further back, Gamma's fallen pretty hard from his top 10 qualifying spot. A couple of part-timers and whatnot, just kind of riding around where they are. All the way back to the 7 team. Oh, the 7 team has damage from somewhere. Rough day for Dabi-san. As still green, if we get a break in the action, we will let you know what happened to that team. Meanwhile, Ben McDonald coming hard. We're going to be looking for skid marks here because that's probably an important indicator of where it happened. Zent's up to 3rd. That's surprising that Zent's is this competitive. Zent's getting a win could prevent a playoff driver from doing so, which would save some of the drivers trying to point their way in. And he's making the best moves he can. Look at him go. Let's get an update on the 7 car. 2 laps down at the moment. Just now coming off pit road. Honestly, I think she'll go a 3rd lap down, which is unfortunate. Zent's going to the lead here. Look at Ben McDonald. He had a lot on the high side, just couldn't be able to keep the pedal down, which really sucks, but it is what it is. The 42. He's really good. He has lit it up this playoffs, and honestly, a sleeper pick for the title could be the 42 team. Lord knows they need a good season after the first 2 that haven't really gone their way. But season 6 is time to shine. That's good. Let's back up a bit. Seeing Jake and Hyper race for 7th. I think Hyper's going to get that. Yeah, 71. Another one of our drivers that needs a lot more than what they're currently getting, which is unfortunate. Jake might lose another spot here on the rip. No, he's going to hold serve from the 43 as the 42 now out front. Toad is sitting 3rd, just kind of counting. We got a lot of drivers who have led a lap today. So that very well could be a lot of points going around. Those who need it, you got to keep track of who's getting good runs here. I don't think Ben's been able to lead a lap. He's been close, but not quite. As Hyperdrive he's in the show here, looking for Kansas. I thought the 31 would have been fading a little bit, but he's back in the fight. Everybody's got a little fight in them. Just got to make sure to go get the 42. He is pretty far out there. Everyone back around this top 7-ish are pretty much battling for it all here. Caution's out. First caution of the day. Do not know what it's for. I think it's the 86. All right. Let's see. Oh. 86 and 21 in the outside wall. Yeah, that was that. Honestly, it really looked like Wolf Van Halen, who was kind of searching around for a line. Fink was just there, and when he tried to save it, Fred Jones had nowhere to go. Very unfortunate those two days are ruined. I want to go back and see some. What happened to the 7 team? Now, I think they were running fine. Well, as fine as anyone could be in like 31st or something. Oh, I think I might see what happened here. Here's the 7. Oh, Born Ready got a piece of that as well. The 7 of Dabi-san got a lot more damage than the 47. So the 7 still 3 laps down. Born Ready, who is currently being scored in the 39th position, and is repairing damage as green flag pit stops have happened. Yeah, I see the 3 lap down. Well, got one of the 3 laps back, but might pit this time anyways. Logan, Ben. Yeah. All right, so everything's kind of cycling out the way it should be. All right. Where's the 7 at? Because the 7 is some laps down, she'll be starting up with the front pack here. 39 cars in the lead lap, back to Born Ready. All right. So your top 10 is as follows. Logan leading, then McDonald second, Hyperdrive in third. Fourth is Toad. Fifth is KSSBSS. Sixth is Misty Viper. Seventh is Kyle D. Jake running eighth. CS Fastlane 11 in the ninth position. And Tiger Man rounding out top 10. Here's everyone back to top 20. As we are back green at the front. Here we go. Let's see how fast that 7 can go. Not a good start for the 7, as others are going to have to race around her. Toad Warrior trying the low side. I think Hyper's going to be the one to get blocked in. Honestly, he's not sweating it too hard, but I think the 31 team is in a full-blown panic right now if they can't get around this lapper. Oh boy, they are trying their hardest to get by. Whoa, Jake getting into it a bit. Not exactly what that team wanted to see. I think all the playoff drivers got by. The 66 is around. No, Team Duke still has yet to go by. I think Team Duke will get past. As they do. 84 by, so that's everybody. RS Fastest 11 now sees himself outside the top 10. The spot on Seto, and then has to battle Misty Viper. That's the fight right there. But Toad Warrior in the lead, he's going to have to just hold off a hard charging Logan here. That's the issue. Coming to the line, I think Toad led it that time, and I'm fairly certain that we are under caution again. Another yellow for cause, let's see, where were the leaders when this happened? They were entering 3. This one might be big. Oh, it's for CS Fast Lane 11. Oh, man. Yeah, CS really wanted to go low. Hyperdrive was not given that lane up, so there goes the 11 team. And he's up there. He's like, everyone has to get by him. I think, oh, Gamma. No, a bigger wreck. Stars in it. Travis Scott, BS Fastlane 11. Let's take a look. Honestly, it wasn't that many cars I thought they were going to be. I think the first driver who really piles into it was Gamma and Fink. Oh. Oh no. 41, for 12, for 22, for 3. All get caught up in it. And that just sucks for Fink. Like, you had good momentum for trying to get to Rookie of the Year, and now you're with a destroyed race car. 45 team smoking. Looks like they're going to be done for the day. 62 repairing damage. All right. How many cars left on track? We got 34 on the lead lap. And of course, for 7, who is a lapper at this point. So I think the more cars that come out in DNF, it makes it better if any one of our playoff drivers have an issue to this moment. Your top 10 is Toad, Logan, KSS, Kyle D, Hyper, Frosty Wusky, Ben, Tiger Man, Misty Viper, RS Fast and 11. And a pretty solid stack of drivers back to the top 20, though. All right. Now Toad controls them off. Here we go. Let's see the green. Yes. And one thing to understand here is that if you lead to a caution and you just have free laps to lead, so Toad Warrior looking at leading the most laps, that is an interesting proposition. I think the 42 is going to be his biggest competition. It's 7. Once again, going to be tough to go. Kyle D had a bad corner, but that doesn't make the 7 any better. The top 3 pulling away. And I think, whoa, Ben, everybody's getting a little stacked up. Ben just glad he didn't wreck the car, but that's going to cost him some spots right there. He's still 3 wide. Still 3 wide back there. That one racer. Sense. Austin Scott down low. Whoa! Everybody's trying their hardest to not wreck right now. Wait, racing like it's 10 to go. Oh, Dirtman comes and takes out the 50. The puff in the wall. And that's going to be a caution. Toad Warrior. Everybody who's got strung out from the leaders, they're going to get another chance. Now, this wreck happened. This wreck should have happened 3 times this past lap, but like, goddamn. All right, so here's the first moment here. I think Ben tries to get middle of hyperdrive, and then the 9, Canadian Lux and Ben McDonald trying to save it off each other. They do. Yeah, see Eastlamp running the lane there. Great heads up driving by Austin Scott to go middle, but as soon as we get the corner exit, Landon and E-Slamp, it's like they're trying to fit 4 wide. E-Slamp gets in the wall. Drivers take evasive action. Everybody's going as low as they can. And now Dirtman 5 looks like he sees himself going low, enters the corner below the yellow line, and then comes up and takes out the Puff and gives pretty big damage to Jerry in the process. The 50 car around. It looks like everyone's going down pit road this time. Might be, not sure if it's going to be a split strategy or not. We'll see. Oh, it is going to be a split strategy. Logan thought there was going to be more split, but I think that 42 car might be marooned out there. BS, Fast and 11, Darkest Presence round out top 3. As drivers are being interesting with their strategy here. I wonder, is Logan going to come down this time? I'm not sure why Logan would do that. I think he's going to commit to the lead here for now. All right. Let's see. The Puff is back out on track. He is on the lead lap. That gives us still 34 cars in the lead lap. All right. Let's see. We're looking at some pretty good spots here. I'd say the top 10 being the 3 that didn't pit were Logan, BS, Fast and 11, Darkest Presence, Toad Warrior 4th, KSSBSS 5th, Kyle D 6th, Tiger Man 7th, Frosty Wusky 8th, Ringo 9th, and Hyperdrive rounding out top 10. RS Fastlane 11 has not had a consistently good race. He and Ben are back there probably after that little bit of a mayhem, but we'll see what happens. All right. I think that 62 might have some damage too, so he's going to be dropping as well. As it is going to be a nightmare. That's why we pay these drivers the big bucks, to sort out the shit. And so far, Toad Warrior is on a mission. Kyle D right behind him as well. Drivers are looking for every sort of advantage they can get around these guys. Tiger Man getting held up. The low side got Racing Fan, Austin Scott going low. Krugmeyer found the way around. As I think those, look at the 23 and the 16, they're down there as well. They're getting all right on by. About as good as you can as the 34 getting screwed, but that's the nature of the game. Now let's take a look at the 42 versus 60. Oh, but 24 Kyle D in the picture as well. As, look at this. Davi-san is just staying there and honestly doing some damage to the 31. They're trying to get around to get by as well. Misty Viper and Ringo could be getting into a blocking match down here. As Team Duke now in the top 5. A hard-working driver in that 84 just having the brakes fall his way. But back out front, the top 3 all racing here. Kyle D wanting to finish the job. He's had a good car for the past couple seasons, just never able to put it together. Got that fluke win back in season 3, looking to get one again. I think Logan, not sure if he's counting the fuel or what his plan is at all. Just looking at his run so far, has been a good run. Kyle D here. I think he's He looked for it, didn't quite take it. Toad has a run, might try to take second from him. Insane. Duke, fourth, good times. Frosty Lusky, top 5. Ringo, piling on a 6. Everyone back to Racing Fan for a top 10 finish. Here, RS Fast and 11 in 11th. They're going to try and pile on past Ben here. But the 38 doesn't have a good exit. But RS Fast and 11 really kind of got caught out by that. 99 in position to take a spot here. Seto had a really bad corner exit that time. Let's go back up to second here. Toad Warrior Kyle D. Giving this race everything it deserves. They're all alone up front. This might be Toad's best chance to advance, considering his situation he finds himself in. Could be a dire situation if not. Oh. Just not, like, you gotta have bravery trying to go into a corner, but you also want to make sure your move lands. If you try to look and don't think it'll work, then yeah, regroup and try again, but sometimes good situations are best taken. Like, look at this. Kyle D going for the lead. The 24 team, so far, every single race winner is in the top 16 in points right now. Kyle D wanted to be the first driver to break trend here. Team Duke in fourth is lurking and making up ground on the leaders. But I think Logan, his tire disadvantage, might actually be what's hurting him. As Toad Warrior also trying to spend more tire, trying to fight him off. Team Duke is entering the picture. The 84 is bad fast right now. Logan putting on a half-hearted block, but it doesn't really matter, as he is going to lose that position pretty easily. Ringo holding off a few drivers fifth right now. 66 hasn't had as good of a race as he's hoping for, but he's looking to be a sleeper pick to get the win here. And Kyle D is making a lead right now. The Puff, the first lapper they're going to run into, running behind the 62, who's not too far up the road. The 84 is coming. Thinking this Team Duke singularity. Like, this could be his year despite the lack of consistencies. Honestly, I think his inconsistent side could show at any moment, which could drown him in a round. But so far, it's running good. No worries here. Jake in the top 10. Frosty Lusky, another driver who needs a really good run. He is racing for every spot he can. They're going to put the 66 on the high side, get by him a lot, get some spots, get rolling. RS Fast and 11 braving it down the bottom, but Ben McDonald's going to keep it down in the middle to get the spots he needs. Man, Jake is just like a working man's driver. He never makes any big flashy plays. He goes in, gets a decent amount of points, and leaves. Just like any driver should. 71 in the mix. Now we got some others coming around outside the top 10, try to take a spot from in. Ringo's unfortunate backslide finds him in 11th now. Trying something different. Not sure if that'll work. Austin Scott, that one racer. Both there. Hyperdrive in 14th, and it's going to be Landon rounding out the top 15. I'm scared for Kyle D, because guess what? They're side by side for the lead. Team Duke. It's like an ATM machine. He walked up to it and took it. BS Fast in 11. He's pitting. Remember those guys who stayed out as they're coming up on the lap car, the puff. I think Logan, somebody's going to be having buyer's remorse right here. Here comes Toad Warrior. Everyone getting held up behind the 50 team. Yeah, and look at that. Logan currently scored 1 lap down. The puff just got lapped. The 62 probably going to be in pit road this time. As you know, he stays out. Yeah, he was one of the ones that did stay out. He might have a little bit more, but not sure if he's going to make it all the way. Everybody just not really appreciating the lappers here. Next up, the 7. A little bit ways down the road. Kyle D just has to take advantage of Team Duke not really having the best of time behind those lap cars. That's what it's going to take here, but I don't think the 24 has the power. 84 is just so much better. Closing amount of laps to go. Logan, he's glad he got good points cushion for the race before, because that strategy, that might have costed him his season right there. But these other drivers who see Team Duke balling out, I'm not sure if Team Duke is going to run out of fresh tires or enough fuel. I'm just trying to think of how anyone else can get by the 84. Let's see Kyle D's on board here. '24 team. They've been second place before like this. Remember, all the way back at race 9 at Brno, they were running second, figuring out any sort of way that they could get by the 6 to win that race. Now it's the 84, and it's Kansas. The lap times have fallen off a bit, and Team Duke had a bit of a rough corner that time. Just looking to finish the job here. I think Kyle D had a couple good corners. Just needs to keep up the positive momentum, this 24 team. I think they are. I think the tire life is coming back into the 24 team. Kyle D takes the lead with a handful of laps to go. Team Duke exhausted for what they had to go through, but it's not over yet. 4 more laps. I think Jerry in 29th is the next car on the lead lap, I want to say. Yeah. Jake. Oh, Jake had a gearbox issue. That's going to be a playoff implication right there. And Team Duke going down pit road. Can not everyone make it? Oh, man, another fuel thriller. Tell me about it. It's going crazy. Kyle D just has to hope that he can outlast Toad. He can't. They're coming in. Who's gonna brave the distance? Tiger Man. Tiger Man has one goal in sight. He sees the record for most wins in a season. He's going to try and hold on to 5 here. This is insane. See Team Duke coming back up on the track a lap down. I think Jeff is going to try and go for it all here. No, he's pitting, coming to the white. I can't believe it. The 31. Misty. It's his race to lose. The 31 team going all the way. Is it going to matter? Off of 4. Say hello to the furthest you've ever made it in the playoffs. Misty Viper gets the win at Kansas. How about that? Krugermeyer with a very solid second place run. Tiger Man, unfortunately, will have to settle for not first. It'll be Kyle D getting a 3rd place finish. Then Toad. Then Duke. All the way down to 6 for you. An absolute heater of a finish. As fuel on the table. Who had enough? Who didn't? The 50 of the Puff retired from the race. I'll have to check back on that one later. Actually, let's do it now. See if we could find anything on that 50 car. I think he just pitted and put the car away. He didn't even bother finishing the race. Oh, final results down below. That is all we have for this race. We'll see you next time. Take care.